Welcome back to BT on this Thursday. Devo Brown, Tammy Sutherland sits Xero. Meredith is off. She's back next week. All right, the fallout from last week's U.S. presidential debate, or whatever you want to call it, between Joe Biden and Donald Trump continue. And it sounds like, based on a lot of reporting on this, the pressure behind the scenes in the White House and in the Democratic Party is growing by the hour for there to be a firm decision on what Joe Biden is going to do here. Is he going to stay and run or step aside for Vice President Kamala Harris or someone else? In summary of yesterday, New York Times had a report saying that Biden is telling those close to him these next few days are critical. There is a NATO summit next week in Washington, which hilariously looks like a bunch of leaders who are about to lose their jobs. Also, we learned that the interview that ABC is planning with President Biden this week with George Stephanopoulos, it's changed a little bit. They were going to run a clip on Friday and then drip and drab the other pieces of sound throughout the weekend. No. They're having an 8 p.m. Eastern 1-hour special on ABC tomorrow night, not live, but it's the full interview with President Biden, and they are going to release the full unedited transcript, apparently, as well, because, people are going to call them out on that.
Yeah, so you edit it, whatever, to make them look good or whatever way.
For sure. So anyway, this is all happening in real time, and there are people close to Biden who are saying on CNN and a lot of really high-profile networks, everything's all right, we back this president. You hear other people say it is just a turkey shoot behind the scenes, and donors are panicking, Democratic governors are panicking. Where do we stand exactly a week after that debate? I'll go to you, Tam.
Well, you would think that a week after that we would see like a slowdown in this talk, if anything, if it was just a hiccup, as the White House and as many Democrats have been saying, that it was just a hiccup, it was a bad night, it's not a big deal. If it wasn't a big deal, and if there wasn't truly concern, I feel like now that we are just over a week after this debate, and we're still talking about it to the level, if not higher, than we were even right after the debate last week, that there may be some genuine concern, maybe not in the public eye from a lot of Democrats, especially those governors who he met with yesterday, but behind the scenes at least. To have that call, to have a call with Democratic governors and sit down and tell them that I'm okay, I'm mentally okay to run. That alone is troubling.
That's an issue.
There's zero clarity, right? And that's the thing. We're hearing one thing. The White House is denying that he will step down. He's going to fight this to the end, and he's going to be there, and he's going to win by a landslide. But then maybe after he wins, he'll step aside. You're hearing things like that. You're hearing, they're divided in there. They want him out now. So I don't know what to believe. But I believe what I saw, and what I saw was somebody that didn't look great in that moment. Now you need to prove to me and to everybody else that you are capable of doing the job. And that's why these next interviews, these next few days, and the next debate is, you guys were saying September?
September 10th.
Right. So
for now, scheduled.
You really need to not be able to have any more excuses and really show that you are fit, not just for the next few months, but the next 4 years. And that's the important thing.
I mean, look, I understand people trying to put a good face on this because we're in very much uncharted territory here. I get it. With that said, if a television interview means this much tomorrow night to someone's presidency, you're cooked. It's over. I think it's done because donors are running, governors are running, down ballot senators and congressmen and women, they're worried about their seats. This is the horses are out of the barn. I'm sorry. They've done their best to keep this type of Joe Biden from our eyes for a while. We saw it. You couldn't hide it. You can't disguise it. It freaked a lot of people out. And never mind independents, Republicans. People in the Democratic Party were gobsmacked at what they saw last week. And I think if we're at this point, it's very tough to turn that Titanic around quickly. We'll see. Again, these are some of the numbers that are out there right now. I believe this is a CNN poll. Donald Trump is up on Biden. Kamala Harris, if she were the nominee, the vice president, would also be losing to Donald Trump for the record. Not as much, but also be losing. Tammy's going to have a lot more on this as the morning progresses here, because, again, we're getting new information and new reporting, like solid reporting from sources by the hour. Keep it locked here on Breakfast Television. We're going to take